Hello there. There's been a lot of exceptional heat across the Middle East recently with some very warm nights in Iraq, and that heat is going to cling on. We'll see temperatures pushing up and sitting in the high 40s for places like Iraq and Kuwait. Iran seeing some warmth as well, but also some wetter weather, particularly across the south. Some very heavy rain to come here. We could see some flash flooding with a chance of rain and some cloud moving across into the Gulf. But it's really western parts of Yemen that will get a drenching once again. Some of that rain pepping up into southwestern parts of Saudi Arabia as well. And that rain pushes across the Ethiopian highlands, continuing to fall slightly north of the seasonal band into places like Sudan, as well as into southern parts of Chad, where we have seen widespread flooding. By the time we get to Thursday, it's Nigeria that sees the worst of that wet weather. We'll see it move into Lagos. If we have a look at the 3-day here, the temperature will come down with that closer to the average, with thunderstorms scheduled to come in on Friday. Now, it's much drier to the south of the equator, with lots of heat building in Botswana. Gaborone coming up to 30 degrees Celsius there, so well above the average. It is, however, looking much warmer and quieter in Cape Town on Thursday. Hello there. Let's have a look at the weather forecast for Europe over the next few days. And we've had something of a stormy situation across the south. We're still seeing those thunderstorms on Wednesday for places like Greece, but not as wet for places like Italy. Instead, it's going to be the north that sees the worst of the wet weather. We've got a line of thundery rain pushing its way further east across the Baltic states. Some of that across Scandinavia as well. And there's more of it behind. That'll be coming in. Those are the remnants of Hurricane Ernesto. After its transatlantic journey, it's going to be bringing the wind and the heavy rain to Britain and the island of Ireland on Wednesday. We've got yellow warnings out for Northern Ireland and western parts of Scotland. But some of those showers dripping down further south as well. But further south of this, it is a much drier, brighter picture for much of Central Europe, where we'll see temperatures pick up in the days ahead for places like western France. It will be coming down, however, which is some relief for the likes of Portugal. Lisbon seeing 25 degrees Celsius there on Thursday, so rather pleasant. Instead, the heat will continue to build out east for the likes of Romania. We've got red warnings for the west, Bucharest at 38 on Thursday. Hello there. There's a massive contrast when it comes to the weather across South America. Across the north, we're seeing very hot and dry conditions with exceptionally high temperatures, especially across that central slice. But down in the south, it's more wet, windy and even wintry for the likes of Chile and Argentina. We've got a batch of ferocious storms pulling their way north across Uruguay, northern parts of Argentina as well, bringing some very heavy rain and cooling things down. And as they push their way further north on Thursday, we're going to see something of a dramatic drop in the temperature for the likes of Asunción in Paraguay. You can see that will come down from 34 to 19 with scattered rain remaining on Friday. Now, there's still some rain to be found across the very north in places like Ecuador, but we've also got red warnings out for high temperatures over the next few days. Now, the rain continues across southern parts of Central America, falling very heavy for the likes of Panama and Costa Rica. Heavy falls as well for southern Mexico for the likes of the Yucatan Peninsula, but it is looking drier here on Thursday. For the Caribbean, well, some showers there, you can see those, but also lots of slices of sunshine. Havana at 33 degrees Celsius on Thursday. Hello there. We've seen lots of hot and quiet weather across the Levant in recent days. Not so much further south of this for some of the Middle Eastern countries. In particular, for Yemen, we're continuing to see that heavy rain that's caused flooding across more western areas. And some of that rain will trickle up across western areas of Saudi Arabia. But the good news is for southern parts of Iran, it does start to dry up. Lots of heat continuing, but the numbers not as high across Kuwait and Iraq on Thursday. They will be coming down slightly to 44 degrees Celsius for Kuwait City, Baghdad at 47. Now, there's lots of heat across the north of Africa, in particular for Egypt. A largely hot and dry picture here extending out further west, but it's very wet to the south of this. Those heavy rains continuing for the likes of Nigeria, with some bursts of rain affecting Burkina Faso, likely to cause some flooding there on Friday. And the rains rash out further east towards Ethiopia Ethiopian highlands. It's much drier south of the equator with some showers for the likes of Tanzania. Some showers as well running up across eastern areas of South Africa, and we'll see that cool things down in Johannesburg on Friday.